Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Permit me to inform you, first and foremost, that this oral disclaimer is a prelude to a press conference I shall be granting in a few days from now. I am George Gbagi, the first son of Olorogun barrister Kenneth Gbagi. Whilst this statement is a fact, I hardly ever use this cliche. The reason is not far-fetched, aside the fact that it is a favorite refrain of rich kids. My dad, Olorogun barrister Kenneth Gbagi, never liked it. I shall be elaborating on it in the press conference I just spoke about earlier. Now, in the last 24 hours, I've been inundated by calls from friends, relatives, business associates about a poorly scripted, lies-infested, and damaging publication by Emuobo Gbagi. In fact, the publication is even damaging to him, because who in his right frame of mind would write that I was schooling in America, in a university in America, and I had to transfer to a university in Kwale? So it was damaging to the person whose image they intended to launder. I will speak about that also in the press conference. So I want to also ask further, have you ever seen where men, they will just go out and begin to pay money, write about me, tell people that I am a man? I have not seen or heard that kind of a thing before. Emuobo's action is tantamount to that. Okay? He has paid money to Wiki to change my father's profile such that the introductory sentence, rather than speak about my father, is talking about my father's first son. You know? And so many other print and media houses that he has had to write to. Okay? So, to put it clearly, to state it unequivocally, the Gbagi family is a highly reputed, disciplined, and united family. Contrary to what many believe, aside my dear father, the Gbagi family has so many illustrious sons and daughters who have done well and are still doing well in various fields of endeavor. Now, you may ask me why I'm saying all of this. I am conscious that recent happenings in my father's house may be a source of embarrassment to them. Perhaps even this oral disclaimer may also be seen as a source of embarrassment to them. So I have to make this appeal to them that if indeed this is an embarrassment, it was not intended to be an embarrassment, but for the mere fact that somebody is trying to step on the essence of my being. Somebody is trying to usurp my position. So it leaves me with no other option than to come out to state what the facts are. I appeal sincerely to the Gbagi family to try and show understanding even in this challenging period. Now, if you look at me, you will understand and appreciate the fact that I am over and above 45 years. Okay? And you would also agree that I am the exact replica of Olorogun barrister Kenneth Gbagi. If you ever knew him, if you ever met him, you understand. And so, if I am well over and above 45 years, and Emuobo says he's 39 years, how then is he Olorogun Barrister Kenneth Gbagi's first son? In any case, I also have a younger brother who is the second son of Olorogun Barrister Kenneth Gbagi. So if Emuobo is anything, if indeed he is Olorogun Barrister Kenneth Gbagi's son, it will be nothing but Olorogun Barrister Kenneth Gbagi's third son. And that is a fact. Another fact is that I am well aware of 4 women that my father had children with, my mother inclusive. But I know that my father had only one wife, Her Lordship Justice Gbagi. Okay? So these are the facts. So when people try to turn truths on their head, when people try to say things that are not true, we just have to come out and address it. Because like I said earlier, it touches on the very foundation of my existence. Okay? And so that's why this disclaimer became very necessary. Emuobo is going all over the place saying that I'm Olorogun Barrister Kenneth Gbagi's first son. I'm Olorogun Barrister Kenneth Gbagi first son. The same person that when he passed, Emuobo celebrated. I said it earlier than at the time, Olorogun Barrister Kenneth Gbagi's replica. It's not just by looks, by actions. Olorogun Barrister Kenneth Gbagi's first degree was in criminology. My own first degree was in business administration. His second degree was in law. My second degree is in law. So we have a lot in common. In his late 30s, my father already bought a lot of houses in America. I have followed in that trajectory. By the grace of God, I bought my first condominium when I was in my mid-30s, outside of this country. So by all of this, by dint of hard work, not by I am somebody's first son, I am daddy's first son, I am this, I am that. No. If at the age of 39, all you have to bandy around, all you have to tell people is that I am somebody's first son, then you are nothing but a resounding failure. Mrs. Gbemre, in a well-publicized publication the other time, said so many things about Emuobo. Okay? I was not in the shores of the nation when I heard about it. I felt terrible. I felt bad. But sincerely, with his current actions, I think Emuobo is even worse than the person that woman tried to speak about. His character and everything. Who goes about selling his father's properties 3 days before his father's burial? And you're telling everybody, I'm the first son, I'm the first son. What effort has he made to promote, to enhance his father's legacy since his father passed? Here's a young man who has been fighting and is still fighting his father's widow. Sending people to my father's house in Abuja. Sending the sister to the house in UK to break into it. I don't need to state the kind of people that were calling me that, your father just passed. Why are you people putting for sale in all of his properties? I was embarrassed and I was ashamed. So in conclusion, my advice, and it's a sincere one, to Emuobo, because as the eldest son of the family, my interest is also in my younger ones, because they are the strongest legacy of my father. So I want to see them do well. I mean well for all of them. So my advice to Emuobo is that if indeed you are Olorogun Barrister Kenneth Gbagi's son, you should start acting like one. Not about telling everybody that cares to listen that you are now one of the richest people in Delta State. When 3 months ago here you were riding keke. No. It is very, very practicable. You can become the richest man in Delta State, but by hard work. Not by selling all of what your father left behind. Not by going around to wear his shoes 2 days after he passed, or wearing his shirt and his cap, or driving his cars and selling everything. Go to the GKO yard along Warri Benin Road. The place is like he sold everything that is there. All my father's cars he has picked and all of that he's selling. So please and please and please, you want to be seen, acknowledged, and respected as Olorogun Barrister Kenneth Gbagi's son, begin to act as such. Begin to make sacrifices, such as I made few days to the burial of our father. I could have taken some other decisions that would have availed me. I had my legal team in place. But when I sat down, I looked at my scale of preference and I told myself, whose interest am I serving? Is it my interest or that of my dear father? And the answer was that of my dear father should come first. And if indeed is that of my dear father, then I should not be walking towards halting his burial. Emuobo, if indeed you are Olorogun's son, start acting as such. Okay? Because as we go forward, there may be need for some persons to prove that indeed they are our father's son. Either by action, either by inaction, or even scientifically. These things may come up. And I hope and pray that you pass all of this test. Thank you.